Let me turn this down. I know this is about to blast. That's what I thought. How y'all doing? Yep, just like I said. How we doing, everybody? Good to see you. I'm in the kitchen right now, and I'm building all these frames. I had a couple things that you guys know. Let me put this right here so I can see y'all a little better too. Put my laptop on my work table while I'm working so I can see a little better. Hey, Diversity Love. Hey, Virtuous Gardener 91. Hey, Butterfly Effect. I wanted to know, I'm going to come right in with it. I'm going to do this for like 5 minutes because I just wanted to give a quick reminder. Look, now I'm locked up. I'm going to give a quick reminder and then I'm going to hit the gas. I'm trying not to be on too long. Hey, Candace Brown, shout out now. Hey, shout out now. How you doing, little lady? Oh, this don't do it like my other one. Hold on a minute. That's the part I don't be liking about this doggone computer. That's why I don't never use a laptop. Hey, Granny Lana, how you doing? Priscilla Willis, Gary X Flakes, Misunderstood Garden, Camille P, Southern Peach. It's cold on my head. Marley McFarland, Ashley Smith, Yelena Harris, Hannah Ali, Unicorn Lady, Angela, 2 Max in a pack. How you doing? Jermaine Harrison, Linda. Say hello from Indiana. Ooh, you close to my hometown. Let me see. Shirley Weems, Sharon Grimes. Hey, Miss Christy Love. Mary Furch, All in the Soil. How you doing, All in the Soil? Patricia Roberts, Angela Saynet. You gonna have to help me with that one. Sains, is it Sains? Angela Sains? I know I'm saying that wrong. I'm sorry if I'm tearing it up. Sheer Elegance, how you doing? Nova Blue, Granny Lana says, sup, Yelena. Mildred Montalvo. How you doing, Angela Locke? Or Loki? One or the other. Yo-Yo 4468, how are you doing today, Led? I am getting ready to get going. Me and Lady Led in here planting seeds and everything, so I'm putting together my frames. These are frames that go in a beehive that I wanted to let you guys know. If you purchased one of the beehive sets that I was talking about, one was the Honeykeeper bee whole entire bee set. Okay, that one doesn't need anything but put together. But if you ordered this other one I was talking about, I don't remember the name of it. I got the instructions. I don't want to get up. I got the name of the other one, and it came with 1 deep box and 4 mediums, but it didn't have any frames. It came with everything except frames for just as good a price. It's pronounced Signs. Okay, Signs. Thank you. That's a toughie, babe. But I'll try to remember it, okay? Angela Signs. Got you. All the new frames, you're going to need frames. And I always buy them from a local nursery, but I found them online, and it was like 100 frames. 100 for, I can't remember how cheap it was. It was so doggone cheap, I couldn't believe it. So I bought those to go in my 2 boxes because I bought 2 tall ones, 2 honey keepers, and 100 frames. You can't go wrong with this. So I just want to let you guys know, if your hive did not come with frames, you want to, you're going to want to do that, okay? I'm going to just do this real quick and get this out of my way because I got a lot to go. And then we're going to get right into it. This just makes it so easy. I used to be sitting here doing this all day. with the hammer and the nails that they give you. No more of that. This just makes it that simple. All right. Boom. Simple. If you get them and they have these holes in them like that, don't worry. The bees are going to fill them up. And that's for something completely different we'll talk about during the bee class, okay? But, all right, I'm going to get right into it. Let me see. Ant Ford Barbecue. I'm a big guy. I want to keep bee. I can't seem to find the soup big enough to fit me. Okay, Ant Ford Barbecue, right there, my brother. The only thing I can suggest is, you know, I'm on a health journey, my brother. A lot of us are, and it's not too late to get on a health journey. So, I mean, as far as your what you wear, they got what they have out there. I can't do anything about that. But as far as your health, bruh, we might want to start working on our health a little bit too. I'm with you, okay? I'm with you 100%. You know, after I sized out of my little sexy drawers, I said, okay, it's time to make a change. So, you know, I'm in my next size up drawers, and I said, okay, it's time to need to chill. So, yeah, man, I don't know what to tell you on that one, my friend. Sometimes things like this changes our entire life. Little things like beekeeping will change your entire life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just came in it for the beekeeping. Next thing you know, you're on a health journey. For instance, me growing citrus is what got me keeping chickens. I never knew or cared about having chickens ever. I never cared. But growing citrus trees, I learned to keep chickens because of the nitrogen in the poop from it. I'm with you, brother. If you down with me, man, me and Lady Leia to help you. Because I'm on it too. You ain't alone. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Wait, somebody said we will have to garden to, oh, got some, okay. Layer up with clothes to find seamstress. No, don't give them that kind of advice, because you're going to layer up with clothes and you're going to pass out in the summertime messing around with them bees, and you still might get stung. Don't, you know, sometimes you can't do shortcuts to certain things. Certain things, you get yourself in a whole heap of trouble trying to, you know what I'm saying? Then you end up in a hospital with a heat stroke and everything. Yeah, but you know what? Hannah Ali says Amazon has up to 3x, 3x for B, but those sizes sometimes you don't know where they coming from. They might be coming from overseas. You don't know what their 3x means, okay? Which I found out years ago. When you get certain things, clothing from overseas, their 3X is not America's 3X. Do you understand? We are, and I took that video down about the dietary stuff. I took that down from the live yesterday because it was a lot of people in there still fussing and fighting about vegan versus vegetarian. It turned into a war. I got rid of that. It wasn't worth it. But you know, America, we the plus size people, and our plus size and our double and triple X is not the same triple X and double X of any other country. Okay, there is no standards for that. Let me see. Yeah. Do I still have biscuit? I thought the same in the swimming in mind. Okay, what I'm here to do, you guys, I'm trying to see if anybody had any last minute questions, because the class starts this Friday. Name of the two hives again. Let me see if I can get this name of this other one right here in my face. Because this is the tall one. This one don't even, ooh, this one ain't even got no name. I can just give you the numbers. I can just give you the one of them is the honeykeeper hive. That's the one that comes with absolutely everything. I'm gonna put it in the description below when I'm done. And one, this is just, I'm gonna just give you the that's the number right there. And it comes with a bottom board, inner cover, telescoping top, one deep box, and 4 medium boxes. So it comes with everything except the medium frames or the deep frames. No frames, but the price is way worth it. Okay. Let me keep going here. Oh, I hate doing this. The screen keep on flipping on me. How do you get on Zoom for the classes? Well, you had to go through the website, and Lady Led is taking all the orders from the website, and she's adding you on to the Zoom class. Are you still feeding your bees sugar syrup? I don't like feeding them sugar syrup. I like feeding them just honey. How much space do I need to keep bee? How much land? You don't need any land, and you don't need very much space. If you got a 4x4 area, that's all you need. Let me see. Do you suggest? No, I don't. That hive that flows, absolutely not. I'm totally against that hive. I'm totally, utterly against it. Do me a favor. Ask any beekeeper that keeps bees for real, and ask them what they feel about that hive. Just no. Don't waste your money. If you have already purchased one, I mean, and you end up having a different experience with it once you know what you're doing, please let me know, because no. JC Farms, here we go. Here we go what? I'd like bees for garden. Which plants needed? All plants. All plants, all vegetables. This is not like you a puppy or nothing like that. Your bees, you're not going to be able to control your bees. Your bees are going to do whatever they want to do. Okay, remember that. You're not going to be able to control your bees. Am I still doing the 90-day challenge? Yes, I am. But like I said, I'm not starting that till February 1st. I'm late. Too hot. Let me see. Larita King says, I'm late. I have 2 beehives still in the box waiting for the class. I'm not late. Listen, that's why I'm doing this last video. If you have a hive and it's still in the box, I got right under my feet is the other tall box that I'm about to put that together. Everybody, before I keep going with the questions, show of hands, how many people have purchased equipment but have not put it together yet? Your beehive. Hey, April Carr, that's tomorrow. What email address? That's just email me at leadfarmer73@yahoo.com. And really, if you ain't done nothing yet, it's kind of like, last day to sign up for class. I've been saying this for like a month and a half, 2 months, so I don't know. Let me talk to Lady Led. Okay. Carmen Bryant, Elisa Hurt, Deborah Reed, April Carr. Okay, so if you have not put your equipment together yet, you need to do that right now, like ASAP. Okay, Camille, Tina Marie says yes. He has also mentioned. Okay, miss it. So no butterfly effect. So no on the top bar hives. If you, I'm going to say I don't suggest it. And the only reason I don't suggest a top bar hive, think about this. I started, and I'll put up the video. I'll link the video to this after I put up a little card up. I don't suggest a top bar hive because they produce a lot of bees, but they are hard to work with if you don't know what you're doing. You're going to constantly be breaking comb. You're going to constantly be trying to move them around. You got to construct the top bar hive. You constantly going to be tinkering with it because you're going to be seeing different ways, better ways for it to work. I wouldn't suggest it. And here's the worst part about a top bar hive to me, in my own opinion, in my own experience. By the time you make a nice top bar hive, okay, that is really doing well and is really functionable, you spent more money on a top bar hive trying to save money than if you would have just bought a Langstroth. The Langstroth is going to produce more bees, or just as many bees, maybe less bees, but more honey. You're going to be able to split those hives more often. You're going to get a lot more out of a tall Langstroth hive versus a top bar hive. The top bar hives, they're just really hard to manage. I've built about 4 or 5 of them, and I'm telling you, they're nice, but the cheaper you make them, the worse problems you're going to have. So trying to save money on that, you could do it if you want to, but I just wouldn't go that route. It works, but I wouldn't go that route. Say thank you. Someone wanted to gift one, but it looks weird to me. Okay. Yeah, just I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say pass on that. And once you learn about beekeeping, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You'll be like, oh no, oh, definitely not. So even as a gift, you know, it's just gonna be even more frustrating. Okay, so to me, in my own opinion, I don't ever want to do another top bar hive. And the only reason I would do it again is to show that I know how to do it. And I really don't gotta prove that. But I would never go back to a top bar hive. After having a Langstroth, I would never do that. Let me see. Tita Marie says the honeykeeper, because it comes with frames, the other hive does not. You will need to buy frames separately. Thank you, Miss Christy Love. And those are the frames that I had to buy separately. But after you buy the tall hive with no frames and buy the 100 frames that will go in 2 tall boxes, you end up paying the same price for the honeykeeper. That's how I figured it out. Let me go back, scroll back. Let me see. Have you heard of Igloo Hive Kit? I have been wanting one. I have. Here's where I have heard of it, and I think it's made in like the UK or something like that. That hive, and it's plastic, right? Am I correct? I might be mixing it up with another one. Thank you, Unique. Exactly my point. Right. It's made in the UK and it's made out of plastic. Did you also see the price of that thing? I need you guys to remember one thing. You see me keep buying equipment. I still got equipment right here outside. I got it on my back porch. I got it in my courtyard. I got it in my garage, because you're going to always be adding to your hives. When you take one, let me show you. Okay, I'm gonna spin and pan it this way, okay? Just for a second. When somebody asked me, which was a great question, when you are getting honey off of the beehive, and say the bees, I'm gonna take the top off here for a second, okay? Just bear with me, family. I'm just showing y'all a little something, something. Trying not to bust no honey. So say this is all honey. This is full of honey. They say, where do the bees go when you take the honey off? That's part of it. You gotta pull each one of these frames and you take that box off full of honey and you put it on the ground, and each one of those frames, you're going to be taking that frame off full of honey and wiping those bees down back into the box. You don't want to take them in the house with you. So in the meantime, what you're going to do is, let me show you this. This is going to be a little extra now. I got to do it. In the meantime, while you got that box of honey processing it in the house, you get an empty box and set it back on top like that, and get some empty frames and put them back in that box so those bees can keep on working. You don't want to disrupt their flow, okay? Don't disrupt their flow. So you're going to put that back, and when they get their frames and stuff back, they will instantly start working on those new frames. If they start feeling shocked, like you're messing up their house, they will freak out. So that's what you will end up doing. Now, what'll happen next is you're going to have that other box of honey in your garage or in your house processing it. And once you're done processing it, you're going to bring that box back out, swap it back out for the empty box so they can finish working on their old comb, okay? Hey, Lady T-Nog, how you doing, Lady Linda? Good to see you. I'm going to try to get back in here. I know I missed a lot of questions. Okay. And Unique, I got to repeat this. She said, good afternoon, everybody. People have been keeping bees for centuries. Simple is the best. No need for all those elaborate, nonsensical, I'm adding that stuff in. Trust and believe it, family. You don't need all that nonsense. You need a box and a smoker and a bee and your hive tool. These is in your suit, of course. That's really all you're going to need. Everything else, to me, for a backyard beekeeper, remember, there's a difference. There's a commercial beekeeper, which I see a lot of people trying to, like, they want to do things like commercial gardeners. And then there's backyard beekeepers. There is backyard gardens and there is commercial gardens. And people keep crossing that line. So you need to understand 9 times out of 10, if you're watching me, you are a backyard gardener or you are a backyard beekeeper. There is no reason we should be doing any industrial type rules at all with all the fancy fandangled equipment that's totally, utterly ridiculous. You won't even need it. I got a whole garage full of things that I'll never use because I'm not on that scale. How you doing, Nicole? Hey, Andale. Let me get back in here. Let me see. All in the source said, man, I got to move out of this HOA. I'm missing out. And I'm going to tell you what. Just this morning, I was talking about I'm about to buy a little piece of land somewhere just so I can have my stuff just somewhere else too. Because, yeah, I don't do HOAs, but let me see. Here we go. Any other questions? Okay, Morris Family Studio said, just got on, y'all. Hi, how do we sign up for bee classes? You go to easily, yeah, just type it in, because Lady Leia is going to type it in for you right now to join up. Amazon has a smoker pry tool and a scraper for $20, everybody, Stephen Lewis said. Let me see. Tina Marie said, I've been looking for lamb for 2 years. Cornelius Patterson, I'm in Michigan and spring is in April. What steps should I take now? I've bought nuke and equipment. Start putting your equipment together right now. Watching videos, get as much knowledge as you can, and put your equipment together. This is not going to, hey, 2%. This ain't like gardening where you can at the last minute drop some seeds. You need your stuff ready to go, because I'm going to tell you something. Once you get that nuke, and it's on and popping. This is like, look, to me, I feel like it's like parachuting. If you in that airplane, you done went up 2,000 feet, and it's time you over the drop zone. The man like, look, you got to go. You got to get out. You did not come this far to stay in the plane, spend all that money. Right now, you need to be getting yourself together, getting your knowledge tightened up, put your equipment together. Look, play with your equipment. And don't take that the wrong way. Because some of y'all be like, he told me to do it, honey. I'd have her come in there screaming like, what is you doing? Leah told me I should play with my equipment. And I was just, no. This. Play with your equipment and learn how it works. Learn where the baffles are. Learn how this thing goes. Because you're going to get it and not understand what the heck this is. Okay? It got all kind of little parts in it. It's simple, but you need to know that. Like this. This is one of the things you need to know. Real quick, this is a quick something I was going to talk about in the class. You see this black stuff up here? That is, what is it called, honey? Not Cerakote. What? The black soot up the chimney.
Crystallite?
Not crystal light.
I said chrysolite or crystal.
Oh, I forget the name of it. This soot, we're going to call it, until I can think of the proper word for it. My brain is drawing up. This Cerakote. I did say it right. I said Cerakote though, didn't I? Yes. Creosote. I said Cerakote. I'm thinking about painting my car. This right here will catch on fire. If you don't scrape that, see, it's time for me to scrape that. You see that? How thick that is? That creosote is just like in a chimney. So it keeps on gathering up and gathering up. The next thing you know, you'll be smoking your bees, and then it'll blow a flame out the end of it because that creosote caught on fire. And now every time you trying to blow it out, you just adding oxygen. See, that's something that you wouldn't even think about until you start cooking some bees. Don't ask me how I found that out. Hey, Hidden Harvest Grow Lights, what's up, man? Let me see. Yeah, you know what equipment I'm talking about. Don't get caught. Don't use me. I'm not your wingman on that. Let me see. All right, any questions before I go? Because if you have not put your equipment together, I'm gonna keep saying that. Put your equipment together. First chance you get. Today, if you got time, put your equipment together. I don't care if it's one box at a time. I'm going to show you how easy it is. I showed you the other day. Let me see, because I don't want to be in here all day. We had 28 minutes. I'm going to show you. Show you how easy it is to put one of these boxes together. Thanks, I wouldn't have guessed that could happen. Yes, it's little dumb stuff. It's little dumb stuff that gets you. Let me see. How many boxes we need per hive? As many as you want. There's no limit to that. The only reason we do certain amount of boxes because they're heavy. They're almost 50 pounds a piece. So it kind of depends on your back, okay, and your strength. We do that. We don't stack them too high. Because, man, I'm not trying to throw out another back muscle. Y'all know I had that years ago, and that ain't no fun. Little stuff like that. Okay, Cornelia say, thoughts on beekeeping jacket with a veil versus a full suit? That's a good question. That is a good question. I have never owned a full suit because I was always like this. The bees come for your breath. They come from for your pheromones, okay? So they always aim for your face or they aim for your oily hands, stuff that's letting off pheromones and stuff, right? They rarely go to your junk. Oh, I forgot. They do go for her sweet. She had to turn around. She said they always go for my stuff. They go for that sweet meat. So,
If you get a whole ventilated suit, that would be best.
if you can, she even said, if you can afford a full ventilated suit, then yeah, go ahead and get one. I don't see one. The only time I watch myself, I wear jogging pants when I go out. The only time it's hard for me to stay focused sometimes, y'all. Sometimes it feel like we just got married or we still dating and stuff. I'll be looking over it. Okay, back to the bees. What's I saying? Oh, suit. I've never worn a full suit. Ooh, that's a good question. So I always just wear the top and the veil. If you can afford that, go for it. Now, I just seen a great question. Lambskin gloves, what's your thought? You know what? That's fine because the bees, they're going to be stinging you or try to sting you every blue moon. It don't matter what you got on your hands. I mean, if they want you, they're going to get you. But you need to be, listen, when you buy your gloves, you want them to be pliable. You don't want them big old monster gloves like this. You can't bend your fingers. If you end up buying some gloves that's kind of stiff, these are my suggestions to you. They're going to be leather. Put your gloves on. Bless you, honey. Put them in some water and wash your hands just like you washing your normal hands with your gloves on. Put some soap, wash them, and get them wet. Get them soaking wet. And just keep breaking them like this. And once they start moving real good, go stick them on a stick so they can dry out. And trust me, they'll be a lot easier. Let me see. Thank you so much, Kelvin Thomas. Lady Led, you are sweeter than honey. That's why we come for you. Of course she is. That's why the bees come for you.
Nah, they mad.
Yeah, they be. She
They
said,
mad.
go and tell them.
They mad.
She said they be mad. They be jealous, because they figure only one queen in the house, and they don't want her. They don't want her mess around with old Lynn, so they be trying to get rid of her. Like sting her. No, she didn't hold my earrings. Let me see. I had a good question and I missed it. How hot is it in the suit? Does it have airflow? No. It is so hot you will pass out in that suit. If you can afford it, which I am going to do this week, I get a ventilated suit. Now, here's the reality of that ventilated suit. It's a lot easier on you out in the hot summer sun, but at the same time, with those vented tiny holes in it, it also leaves you a little bit more vulnerable. But then you got to think about the logic part of it. It's a little easier for them to get you, but at the same time, they don't get you like that. They ain't coming for you like that, So, so that's what I was going to wear, a veil and gloves. Yeah, veil, gloves, suit. I really.
At least a jacket though. Don't just do veil and gloves.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to tell them, don't just go out there. Listen.
I mean, at first anyway, until you get used to it.
Right, until you get used to them and they get used to you. Led, someone asked if having your honey in sunlight affected. No, not at all. Let me see. That's what I was going to. Okay, gotcha. My, when do you know to feed the bees? You need to be checking your bees, and you'll know when they need more feed. Their honey is going to be gone. Their pollen is going to be gone. That's when you need. There is no timer. There is no timer. Okay, you need to be paying attention to your hive. That's why I say I don't believe in that hive that flows, because they say you just set it and forget it. Walk away and come back and grab you a nice jar of smooth honey. And that's some smooth crap. Telling you, you need to pay attention to your hive. That's why I just showed you guys the other day, my hive failed because I haven't looked in that hive in months. And now look, okay? They froze to death. Let me see. I ordered everything, even nukes. I'm ready to learn. Well, we ready to go for it. Rambo Green Hands. I missed something. I ordered everything. Okay. How about when you know your bees will... What? How about when you know your bees will the suit be needed? Listen, it's totally up to you whether you want to wear a suit or not. It's totally up to you. Some people don't wear no veil. Some people don't wear no gloves. Some people don't wear anything. But this is what please listen to me on this. Oh my goodness, family, if you are becoming a beekeeper, if you are becoming a beekeeper, this is not a macho contest. Okay, you're not trying to become one with the world with this. Because the first people that, when we always try to teach people this, I don't need no veil. I don't need that because my uncle used to do it without no gloves. And I seen this guy on TV, on YouTube, he don't do no gloves, no veil. And then when that bee pop you on the tip of your nose, and then you look like Pinocchio for about a week.
Dropping frames.
Right, and you dropping frames. You listen, when your hive is wide open, that's like they naked. You can't just run up out the room. You got to finish after you get popped. They get you right here, right on that soft, tender meat. You know if you thump that nose, he gonna hurt. They pop you right here or pop you right there. You can't go in the house. You still got to close the hive up. And you ain't got no suit on. Don't go in trying to be hardcore, because them is the people that say, oh, beekeeping wasn't for me. I got stung, so I don't want to do it no more. And I need to be honest with you. Those are the people that say they don't want to keep bees because they got stung, and they don't tell the whole story. The whole story was you went in there like Conan and you got handed your drawers, and then you said, this ain't for me. You got to tell the whole truth when you do that. Or you was watching your uncle do his beekeeping while you was licking on a bomb pop fresh off the ice cream truck. You standing over it with bomb pop juice dripping down your wrist. He popped you, and now you all upset with the... You got to tell the whole story. Please get a suit. All I'm saying is you don't need it after you feel comfortable. If you feel comfortable, I'm a pro. I've been doing this for years. I don't go out there without no suit. I won't do it. You asking for it. That's like going in gang territory with the wrong color on. You might make it through, but you just lessened your odds. That's what I'm saying.
Inspecting the hive, like for real,
right.
They are going to get upset.
Right.
Because you're messing with their food.
And
like, it's not like they just mean, that's just the defense.
Right. You messing with their food, you messing with their babies, and the queen is running from you all through the hive, so they feel the queen is talking to them like somebody is breaking in the house. And she sent out the guards, and they ain't playing with you. So it's no macho con. Please buy a suit. Please. If you feel like you brave enough later on where you don't want to wear it, you ain't got to wear it. You don't.
I don't care how many times I get stung. It still shock you at first.
It
that
take you by
first sting of the season. Be like, oh,
got me. We always do it to a shit, and I always have to say, go on, pull your pants down. Let's see where they got you at, cause they always get on there sweep me. Come on, I know they ain't get you in the hand, they ain't get you in the face.
One day they was tagging me so bad, I just was like,
yeah, I had to close the hive up and everything. She was like, oh, they just won't let this thing go.
No, that was
that the thigh meat or was that
was the cutouts under somebody's deck.
Right. Well, that was different. That was different. We were trying to save some bees that didn't want to be saved.
Yeah, they was mad.
She was playing Captain Save a Bee. I want to be saved. They ain't want that
They was
though.
stinging me left and right. I just was standing there like.
Yep, like, cause one day they tore that thigh meat up. I had to pull them stingers out. Like, hold still, girl. Hold. Boop. Beekeeping got its great points. I'm telling you. I mean, it was bad for you, honey, but it was bad for the dude on Ghost. Remember that? He was dead, but he was able to come back and like help her with the clay pot. Oh, my love, my darling, a hunger for your touch. So I was pulling those thorns out. It was a sexy moment. And she was in pain, but it was a sexy moment. That's a long story. We'll tell later. Anyway, back to the questions. And we in how many minutes? 41 minutes. I'm about to get off. I'm sorry. How do you know if you should add another brood box for honey? Because you're going to be checking your hive. And once your hives are starting to get full, those last top boxes are getting full, it's time to add on a box. Okay? It's signs. That's why I say I don't believe in that hive that flows. Is because you have to be on it. You have to check your hives. You cannot just put that doggone contraption on and walk away. It's stuff you have to do. Let me see. I know, don't save her. Somebody was on it. Trevor Benjamin. You see, you showing your age. How do you get rid of mold if you catch it early? Mold where? Butterfly effect, and on what? Let me see. Gardener Mom says, hey, Gardener, say, how do you tell between brood and honey? You'll see there's a big difference. We're going to be teaching that in the class. That's something I don't want to talk about in 2 seconds, okay? Let me see. But it's a big difference. It's a huge difference. Okay. April Card, that wasn't the question. How do you know if the next box should be for honey or brood? You don't have control over that. The queen does. Once you set this box up, you're not in control. The queen is. Okay? She's going to decide where she tells her crew to put honey and where she's going to keep making brood. She might even go up in the honey super and lay eggs. You're not in control of that. Okay? So right there, no. You don't decide that. She does. Will you and Lady Lynn be doing a yearly? Yes. Where is that? Okay. Mildred. I got to take that down, y'all. No numbers, please. Because that messes up this YouTube game. They knocked me for that. Just go to the website and you'll see everything you need to see. Let me see. I heard you say that it was possibility if it was too wet. Oh, mold inside the hive. Mold inside the hive. See, the bees can clean it up. You want the bees to be able to clean up and they'll take care of it. I'm going to say this. If I saw mold in my hive, I would take my hive and put it in full sunlight because the sunlight and the heat is going to help kill it and dry it up, and the bees will do the rest. They'll literally, what you'll see a lot of, clean out whatever's in the hive that's nasty, whether it's bugs, insects, mold. They'll bring it down and spit it out the front door, and you'll have a front door full of stuff all the time. Trust me. Every blue moon you go to the hive, you sweep that crap off that they spit out. Rubber bands that you use, staples that fell through, your tools that might fall. Trust me. Let me see. Once you have established the hive, how often should you check and inspect the hive? You should always check and inspect your hive. There is no startup versus the end. Always keep on top of your hive. Always. Okay? You gotta, there is no, okay, once your car gets started, okay, now we can just hit the highway. No, you know, you got an old Chevy or something, you gotta keep checking the oil every so many miles. Your hive is no different. Just stay on top of it. This is not a start it up, work hard, and then I'm gonna sit back and chill. No, you really don't really chill till wintertime. And even then, you need to keep popping your head in on. All through the season, you got work to do. Let me see. Is the tall hive kit honey keepers also? No, I put up at the beginning of the video the number, I keep forgetting the name of it, the storefront number of the doggone thing, because there was no name of it. So you look for that. Let me see. What's the contraption thing called that's plastic that holds insects? I think you had it at the top corners. Oh, that is a miracle worker. That is a hive beetle trap. Promise you, this is one thing you need to do, because all hives have hive beetles. Hive beetles are disgusting, and they're a nuisance. They make the bees work harder at trying to deal with them, you understand, than be doing their real work. They like little lowly thieves, criminals, the kind, you know what I'm saying? Always got to keep knocking this one, sending them to jail. They let them out. You arrest them again. The bees be too busy with those to see the real big threats. So you want to get rid of the little hive beetles, okay? Those traps with a little vegetable oil, oh my God, they work like magic. Trust me. Unless the bees do everything they supposed to be doing. Let me see. I missed something. Imagine getting caught without it. Bad situation. I missed something. Do you treat for mites? JC Farms, I don't. I don't. This is why. Because there's so many bees in the wild that they have mites in those trees, and inside of your hive there is going to be all kind of stuff going on. This is why people in my beekeeping group was always kind of side-eyeing me, because this is how I felt. Okay, the mite is doing harm to the bees, but at the same time, the chemicals that we're using to kill the mites are changing the DNA of the bees and making the bees a little weirder. So at the same time, which one is really helping us? So people was asking me, why am I so successful? What do I use? And I say, nothing. Prayer, God. Because if you have a strong hive, and it's scientifically proven, if you have a strong, healthy hive, the bees can get rid of the mites themselves. One sister will take that mite off the other sister. The other sister will get these hive beetles out. If you have a strong hive, nothing can stop a strong hive. Nothing. Okay? So no, I don't. I leave my bees alone. And if they can't handle it and they fail, which is very rare. Patterson, can you store honey in any food grade container with a lid? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I store my honey in 5-gallon buckets, food grade 5-gallon buckets. Led, check this out. Patricia Roberts, great question. Scroll up. Patricia Roberts. Patricia Roberts. Hold on. It must be way far up because I don't see her. Okay. Once you have established the hive, how often? I already answered that one if that's the question. I just got through answering that. You should always check your hives. Always. There is no downtime. No, you don't check them daily. Absolutely not. You do not check your hives daily. No, they will leave that hive because they'll figure something is wrong with this weird shaped tree. We better get out of here because every 5 minutes it's cracking open the top. No, they will fly away if you keep opening that box every day. Don't do that. Let me see. In the last live, you mentioned using one until you're used to it because one hive. Okay, for how many hives? I would start with one, and I would prefer you start with a nuke. You said all the time. Yeah, come on, you gotta have a little, come on, common sense though. Come on now. When I say all the time, think about this. You said once every day. And if I say all the time, why not every 5 seconds? See? So when you gotta use a little common sense in there with me, okay? We know good and well you don't check this every day. We ain't baking no cake. But that's why we doing the classes, so you will get a chance to see real live firsthand, and we're going to be with you. Because once we do them, once everybody get their nukes and their bees ready, we're going to do it again, and we're going to literally all do it together. If we don't all get them together, we'll do it one by one if we have to. But I'm not going to let you have to do this by yourself. I am literally, just like we held hand cannon, we hold hand beekeeping. That's what we're here for. Okay. When Beekeeper is selling nukes, do you get all the frames for the nuke? Do you get all the frames for the nuke? Every nuke comes with about 5 frames. Yes, you get this. Matter of fact, I got one right here. This is what it's going to look like when you get a nuke from, I'm about to make a big mess. When you get a nuke, it's going to look exactly like this. This is a nuke. This is what you're going to get. A 5-frame nuke, mostly. Okay? This is what it's going to look like. And it's going to be full of frames and full of bees, brood, babies, nectar, honey, pollen, everything they need. This is a tiny, full hive that they're giving you. That's why I'm suggesting you start with a nuke, so you got a head start, and you're gonna get a little bit of, you may get a little bit of gratification, okay, that first year. So that's why I'm suggesting people start with a nuke. Because I know this is 2021, and I know people can't wait for stuff. That's just how it go. Let me see. How does a hive survive the winter? They're no different than any other animal. Think about this. How would they survive in the wild? They don't need a whole bunch from us. Just like chickens, you know, they don't need a whole bunch of, like, I used to wonder how chickens make it through the winter. They birds. They don't need no help. My husband just asked, does mowing around the hive unsettle them? Does the hive need to be in an area you're not mowing? No, you should put something down, something permanent, not cardboard, but something permanent, like plastic, garbage bags or something, so the grass don't grow right up under them. It unnerves them, but they're not going to come after you. I mow the grass. Think about this. I've been doing this for 10 years. I mow the grass right in front of them. So they'll come out and check you out. Like, what is the deal? What are you doing? But they don't come at you like that. Now, if I got a real busy hive, a really busy hive, I can't, like, I ain't gonna say busy because that's not a good use of words. If I have a hot hive, is what I'm gonna say. A hot hive is a hive where they got a little attitude on them, okay? They come out at you like, go on back up constantly. If I got a hive like that, I'll wait till it get dark and I zip my walking lawnmower across it in the front of it. But yes, it's rare. When I get a hot hive, I requeen the hive. Let me see. I can't wait. I don't have the extra money to buy bees. The money going to mine in prayer, praying they come. I have lots of flowers they love. Oh, okay. The Garden of Trinity. I have 35 hives. I check each and every 10 to 14 days, only during the nectar flow in early spring to access for swarming behavior, giving the room to expand to store more honey. Amen. Okay, we got a beekeeper in the house. Thank you, Garden of Trinity. Exactly. Thank you. And see, remember too, that's on your land. You have how many? 35 hives too. Okay, so you're in major production. There's a difference between that major production and the normal backyard beekeeper with 2 or 3 hives, you know. But you are totally right, and I really appreciate your input. Thank you. Let me see. Yes, Garden of Trinity was on it. Thank you so much. I'll have cattle in the spring. Should I seclude my bees from my livestock? I would, and the only reason is not because your bees are going to bother the livestock. The livestock may knock over your beehive. I've seen that a lot on YouTube. Leah, what happens if a wild hive makes a home in your beehive before your nuke comes? Get rid of the wild hive? No. You need to go buy some more equipment. That means you got 2 hives. One from God and then one you bought. No, absolutely not. That's why I said buy as much equipment as you can. You're going to need that equipment because remember how many videos I told y'all, how many videos have I put out where bees just came from the heavens and went in some of my equipment just sitting out there. You can't plan that. So once you start beekeeping, and I'm going to ask Trinity, what was her name? Garden of Trinity, I believe it was. Once you start keeping bees on your land, and that bee pheromone is all around your land, you're going to always see scenes like what I got. Bees will swarm out of the hive, and they may go into some of your loose equipment. You didn't lose bees, they split themselves. Or you may get some fly away, and they will come back to that area because they remember it. Trust me. That's why I don't get too funny about if my bees fly away, they'll come home. Let me see. Online, you buy your bees in your area, in your state. Amen. Carmen, try Marketplace. You want bees acclimated to your climate. Yes, you do, JC Farms. Let me see. Yes, please, if you looking for bees, Google beekeeping supplies in your area, for your area, okay? Sometimes you may have to take a little 1-hour drive because some of them is kind of far out from different places. But trust and believe, you can only get them from your area because they are built and used to your area. Let me see. Have you talked about predators like bears? No, I haven't talked about bears. We don't have bears here, but if you live in a place where there are bears, this is what I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to touch on that because I don't deal with it. I've never seen a bear like that up close. I mean, I have, but not in this situation. I'm only going to let people that deal with bears and wolves and stuff like that and other creatures, like, think about it. I don't know nothing about them Tasmanian devils, but I heard they like honey too. I'm not going to touch on that subject because I've never had to deal with bear problems at all. In Alabama, bee supply everywhere. I'm a beginning beekeeper. Who can help me? I can help you, my friend. Let me see. I can help you. Who said that? I can't even pronounce your name, my friend. I'm sorry. 2%. Should you keep an EpiPen on hand? If you're allergic to something, I mean, you really should keep an EpiPen no matter what you do in your everyday life. But if you're allergic to bees, I mean, if you're highly allergic to bees, just don't do it. If you're always risking your life to do this, just don't do it. So I would just say no. If you literally need an EpiPen because if the bees sting you, your chance of dying is EpiPen or not, just don't keep bees. It's not worth it. Your life versus bees. It's not worth it. And that's my own opinion too, okay? If it's worth it to you. So EpiPen, if you're that dependent on an EpiPen, I would say just, find something else to do. Yes, nukes come, a nuke, let me give a definition of that nuke. That nucleus is a small, full-fledged beehive. That's why I want you guys to start with a nuke. It's nothing to do. It's a full-fledged, whole, small, miniature beehive. It comes with absolutely everything, a whole environment of bees. The queen, the drones, the workers, the brood, the honey, the nectar, the pollen, the frames, everything. You have purchased a whole hive, okay? Let me see. Know what you mean about hot hive. They chase me 50 yards. Yes, a hot hive, they will come at you. And if they're hot, requeen them. If they're still hot, you may want to start thinking about something else to do with that hive. Split them. 2%, but that's advanced. 2% you might need to check with okay, that's something else. You can get tested. Doctor can run an allergy test. Oh, asking how do you know if you allergic to bees? See, that stuff I can't even. Pure pondering. I'm allergic to bees. I only have problems with bees and wasps. If something non-allergic person is freaking out in fear. Wasps. I must have misread that. I didn't get it. Let me see, 2%. It was a question that was asked earlier. Trina Spencer. I don't think Leah saw the question. What was the question, 2%? How do you requeen? Mark Jones, that's a little more advanced, man. I don't even want to get into that because that's some advanced stuff right there. I'm trying to keep it as basic as possible. That's in some later videos. Okay. Oh, I answered it. Okay. 2%. All right. So no more questions. I can get out of here. I just wanted to throw that to y'all real quick. I'm going to finish building this other hive and these other frames. And I'm getting ready. Just in case you don't know, I am getting ready and you should be too. Let me see. Search Facebook Market for buying local nukes and Google. Okay. What color should you paint your hive? Oh, Melissa Singletary, that is such a wonderful question. What color should you paint your beehive? As light as color as you can possibly color it. White, preferably. Or what's the name of those Easter type colors? Make sure it's a bright color. Light blue, light pink, white, pastel, right. If you're going to paint it, because here's the problem. If you paint your boxes dark, the sun, it attracts the sun and it will cook that hive. Try not, you don't see no hives painted dark colors, okay? You don't see no hives painted no dark colors because it will totally burn the hive up. Let me see. Easy. Only water. Right, and only water-based paint. Thank you so much. Exactly. Do not use any chemical, oil-based paints at all. Water-based paint only. But please use bright colored water-based paints. Do not, not latex. No, not latex. And do not paint the inside of the box. Don't paint the inside of your hive. Do not paint the inside of your hive. How close can you have your close? You can have your beehive right at your front door. Literally, I'm not kidding, I'm serious. That's totally up to you. They don't need a lot of space. Okay, so that's it. Do you have a date that we should set up? You should be setting up right now. Put your equipment together. Put your equipment together and find a space where you want to put your hive. You should be doing that right now because you can't do this at the last minute. Now imagine, I got 2 nukes coming in April. Why am I doing this? Why am I in such a rush right now? Because it's already February, what, tomorrow? February is tomorrow. And then, boom, that month gonna be gone just like January is gone. I've been working on this ever since December, remember? Because I'm telling you, you need to be getting yourself together. Your gardening season, you need to be planting seeds right now. I don't care where you are in the U.S. I don't care if you got snow on the ground. You need to be getting your garden together and getting your bee equipment put together, know how it works. This is the time to be playing with your equipment again. Fellas, let me see. Why is the top of the hive reflective metal? Because that, you just answered it for yourself. It reflects the sun off of the hive. That helps keep it cooler. And it also, it's like a water, it's roofing, literally. Keeps the water from running down into the hive. So it's reflective and it's waterproof. And usually if you see the top of somebody's hive and it's white, believe it's some metal under there and it's painted white. They ain't gonna leave that wood because water will soak down in between that over time and drip down in the hive and ruin it. Thank you so much, Linda. If the nuke comes with 5 frames, are we adding the remaining 5 frames with popsicle sticks? Yes. Or foundation. Popsicle sticks is what I do. If you want to buy wax foundation, yes, you want to go in there and that's advanced. I'm gonna show you how to do it. That's another video once we get them, okay? Thank you, Tim. WA say, I've ordered 2 nukes and 2 hives. The ones you suggested, I suppose I should order extra boxes you mentioned in another hive. Can double. How many extra boxes should I get? I'm going to say this. Order 1 more extra hive. Because let me show you something real quick. I'm glad I put all this stuff in here because I can show you guys. I want you to look real close at something, okay? What does that say? Honeykeeper, honeykeeper. I bought 2 honeykeeper hives, right? And it came with 1 deep and 1 medium. This came with 1 deep and 1 medium. But look what I did. Now I got 2 deeps for the queen. I put those 2 hives together and put all of those mediums up here. This is like Legos. That's the fun part. There is no rules to this game. There is no rules to this game. You can do whatever you want and make your hive as big or small as you want to make it. So I took 2 whole hives, put them together. You can do whatever you want because I'm going to be honest with you. Me personally, I like for my queen to have 2 deep hives on the bottom so she have plenty of room to lay her eggs. Every blue moon she might leave up out of there, but not too often, okay? Give her 2 deeps on the bottom, and the rest I suggest go mediums because they're just easier to manage. Let me see, where was I? Where my mouse? Okay. Led, I'm on the road. Will the classes be on your playlist? I don't even know yet. Lady Led is handling that at this very moment. If you're in a windy area, how do you keep the hives from being blown over? The bees use something called propolis. This is it. It's literally glue that they make. It's bee glue. Do you see this stuff here? The bees make that. And look at this. You can't even, that took off a piece of wood. Do you see that? That took off a whole chunk of wood. I might even broke my nail. This propolis, bee glue, is so strong, that's why you need your hive tool. Because you need your hive tool nice and sharp like that, because you have to go in there and pry stuff loose because they glue boxes together. And once they glue it together, you got to look at this. Your hive is never going to be this fragile anymore, because or lightweight, because it's going to be filled with bees, pollen, nectar, honey, drones, the queen. It's going to be so heavy. I'm going to put a video. I want you to see this video. Go to my beekeeping playlist and you'll see my back almost breaking lifting those doggone boxes, because it's, think, 50 pounds of honey. And you got bees swarming around your whole body. It's not simple to do right off the bat. Harvesting honey is fun and it's gratifying, but listen, it's some work. Who did that? Thank you so much. I'm Simple MR. Said many thanks. You and Lady Led are a benefit to the community. Well, thank you. And you know what? We need people like you, like all of us. Just normal, just people that want to just do better. So you make it easy. People like you make it easy to do this. So I thank you. Let me see. Garden of Trinity say, Led, I run 2 queen system hives. Have you ever did that? Yes, I have. But that's something I didn't want to talk about, because that's something completely advanced to everybody else here. If not, it's amazing. They produce 4 times the amount of honey. I've done it. I've done it. They work together. Have you ever split? See, me and you, Trinity, we need to talk, because I was just about to say, have you ever introduced another hive that they lost the queen and they were about to suffer, and then you added them to an existing strong hive? We've done that with newspaper. Put the newspaper down. See, that's a whole nother ball game. Now that excites me. Don't get me started. Yes, we need to talk. Yeah. With newspaper, and it works like gangbusters. We don't even poke holes through it anymore. We just leave it and it give them a little more time, you know, because it seems like when I poke holes through it, they go faster, and sometimes they end up fighting. Stop poking holes through it, give them a little time to smell each other, get used to each other. Now you got a super hive. It works every time. Every time I do a saving, when I go out and save the bees and bring them home, sometimes I just introduce that new hive to something existing already. Let me see. I missed something. Okay, June said, I can't afford to purchase all of it by the class. Can you give an estimate for a new beekeeper start? Cool to take it, right? What? Is class recorded? I just got my garden stuff. Okay, that's a lot of questions. I'm gonna come back and answer it, because I don't quite understand what how the questions are formed. I can't afford to purchase all of it by the class. Can you give an estimate? Email me, okay? Because that's a good question if I'm reading this correctly. Email me at ledfarmer73@yahoo.com and let me talk to Lady Led and see how she got it set up. So, okay, that's it, you guys. What we in, 73 minutes? Ooh, that's dope. 73 minutes. I didn't buy a queen. She showed up, or they made her. They made her. They just don't show up. They made a queen. Do you use queen excluders? No, I do not. Honestly, I'm totally against them. I'm totally against them. Hey, thank you, Aunt Ford Barbecue. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you, man. And me and you need to talk too. Okay? But I don't believe in queen excluders, because certain things I've seen, and we'll talk about that later, certain things I've seen them. I've seen the queen, a younger queen, squeeze through those excluders and get bigger up in another box, and she can't get back down to lay eggs in the bottom boxes. I've literally seen that several times. So I know beekeeper or my mentor used them, and they told me why, and I've never used them again. I use those things for something completely different. I had a swarm this summer that came and took over my hummingbird feeder. Should I be concerned about that happening when I have a beehive? Um, like I told you, your bees gonna do whatever they want to do. You can't control that. If they swarm out and they end up on your bird feeder, and you got to also think too, did they swarm on your bird feeder or were they feeding out of your bird feeder? If you got that sugar water up in that thing, were they feeding out of it or a swarm, a whole swarm literally landed on the the bird hive, the bird feeder? Cause see, right there, I think they were feeding the sugar water out. I don't think they swarmed and just landed on your bee feeder. I think you just had a lot of bees on your bird feeder. How to get rid of bees in the attic? I don't know. Queen excluders will slow, Garden of Trinity, yes. Queen excluders will slow them down, and the bees coming in with nectar. When they full of nectar, they can't squeeze through them little holes either. It's just a mess. But you're right. But you need a top entrance above the queen excluder. But you will find out some hive like it and some hive don't. I don't use them ever. I tried it once, nothing. I ran into a couple of those problems. I never used them again. Every time I get one or somebody gives me a ton of them, which they always do, I use that for something that ain't got nothing to do with beekeeping. I even use one in my aquaponics system. Thank you, Arjun. Thank you. Thank you so much. Call someone to get your bees out the attic. Yeah, because you know good and well, if they're in their right mind, no exterminators are going to touch it. You're going to need to call a certified beekeeper to get your bees out of your attic. And now you need to also understand what kind of bees are they. Are they honeybees, wasps, yellow jackets, hornets? I mean, what? Because that makes a big difference. I don't do any cutouts. I don't cut nobody's house open to get bees because I send somebody else to do that that's totally into that. I always run into trouble. You cut somebody's wall open and you take a hive out, and the next thing you know, they're trying to sue you because they want you, a beekeeper, to rebuild their house and their structure and put it back the way it was and paint it like it was before the bees. So you know what I did? I left the bees in the house. I'm not a carpenter. And I told the people that, like, listen, I can't put this back together. You're going to need somebody to fix this situation, okay, once I'm done. Oh, sure. So when I got done, you know what they asked me? So when are you coming back to fix the wall? I'm not. I'm never coming back here again. What do you mean? Well, I mean, you cut it out and, you cut that. You didn't have to cut that. I didn't have to be here. So you got to when you start beekeeping, that's a whole nother video. Once you start saving bees, it's certain things you better be licensed, insured, everything, if that's the stuff you're going to be doing. If you do that, okay, because they're going to try to get you. Leave the bees in the house and watch how quick they change their tune. Like, I will dump this whole bucket of these mugs in your kitchen. All right, this ain't how this work. That ain't how this work. I'm a beekeeper. I'm not a contractor. Okay, overall, everyone, beekeeping is an amazing experience, and I suggest everyone give it a try. It's also hard work, but enjoyable and amazing experience. Exactly. And your gardens is going to love it too. Exactly. Come on now. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Okay. Let me see. I'd put the drywall. No, you ain't. No, you wouldn't. You know what? Because I know how to do it. I do that stuff. I used to own property and I did that stuff. But once you've been in a hot suit in somebody's hot house for maybe an hour or two or three, collecting bees that want to destroy you because you messing their game up, and it's in the middle of the night, you ain't about to be trying to put nobody walls back together too. No, you're not. I promise you won't. I promise you won't. And I'm speaking from experience. Even if I feel bad about, that'll be easy to fix. Man, I'm not about to sit here in your house, man, no longer than I got to and remodel your crib. That's a home makeover show. That's not me. Okay, so we done questions. I'm gonna get out of here. I just wanted to answer some last minute questions for everybody that was still down, and that's it. All right. So, and thank you. What is your name? I gotta remember your name. Garden of Trinity. Garden of Trinity. I want to say thank you so much. Let me see. Jack Spratt, Traveling Homesteader. That's what I did with mine and had a stronger hive. Oh, okay. I went back too far. Okay. All right. Y'all have a nice day. Okay. I jogged in and didn't know if someone already asked already. Have you ever used a beehive feeder? An internal beehive feeder. You want to know something? I am going to look into buying one, but I have never owned one. I have never used one. I'm going to show you, and it's good that you're asking that question now because it's rare that I have this with me. This is what I use. A giant pickle jar. I take a little push pin and punch a whole bunch of little holes in it. I set it on top of my inner cover like this, and I put a deep box around it and put the top on. That way no other creature can see this sugar, and it controls the temperature a lot better. So this is what I use for a feeder, and I promise you this has been treating me so wonderful for 10 years. You see all the propolis, the bee glue on it? They done glued it to the box. They did that, not me. That's how much they like it. Because they don't want other creatures, little creatures, sneaking inside like ants, and they'll glue that all the way around. See, you can even see where it used to be glued around here, and I scraped it off. So, okay, that's it. How long will it keep them fed? It depends on how hungry they are. If in a high season, if they're not out on the flow, or it's fall coming and your nectar flow, your area is bad, it depends on the flow. If they should be storing up, but we had some weird weather and everything ain't blooming like it should, they're gonna go for the feed that you give them. So if things is getting stupid, they'll eat this whole jar in a day. If they don't really need it, they won't touch it. See, that's why I say you can't control them. You can put out some honey or sugar syrup if you want to. If they don't want it, they will not touch it. It'll sit there and turn into wine, I promise you. So always, you got to monitor your feed. Monitor your feed, because if they don't want it, you want to pull that off and go refrigerate it or something. You don't want to leave that on there, because then other pests start figuring out how to get to it, and it draws in wild hives that will destroy your hives. The smell, you just don't want that. Trust me. That's why I say I don't believe in that hive that flows, because you don't just walk away. You just don't walk away from your hive and leave it. Let me see, what was that? Closed Circuit says, hey, Led, my hubby and I are going to take class, going to register tomorrow. Thank you so much. And I can't wait for us all to do this. Because you see, this is one of my passions right here. Because the reward is so great. All of your vegetables pollinated. Your whole garden pollinated. That has not been a problem of mine anymore for years. But then on top of that, this stuff keep cranking out. And Garden of Trinity knows good and well what a real orchard raw honey goes for. Raw honey. So you can't, listen to me, you can't handle the truth. You can't eat all of this. Some people are looking at me like, I can. My family can eat this. Okay, let's try 5 gallons of this, a 5-gallon bucket of this. Let's try 4 or 5-gallon buckets. Let's try 50 gallons of it. No, you can't eat all that honey. So what comes next? You got stuff for sale. So you made all the money back that you invested in your equipment. And then you like, well, wow, I broke even. So I started keeping bees for free, basically, technically, because I made all my money back that I invested. So now everything you make now it's a business. You take a little bit of the profit and you sink it back into your business, buying more equipment. And then the other half is go in your pocket or in your savings. But now it's a business. That's why I do this. I'm saving the world and I'm helping my family at the same time. I mean, you got to be realistic, right? Yes, it is addicting. It really is. Because honestly, I like keeping bees more than I like gardening sometimes. Will there be a recording of the classes? We have no idea yet. We ain't got to that point yet. I have 5, Sharon Compton, I have 5 hives right now in different spots around the Prodies? I don't know what that is. Property, I'm sure you said. Okay, around the properties, I think. Let me see. So let me go. Let me get out of here, y'all. That's it. I want to thank everybody. Thank you all for coming. And for last minute questions, I just wanted to hit y'all with that because this is the week. And I'm sitting here, like I said, getting myself together, which I hope you guys are too. Putting your equipment together. Here's a frame. Easy business. All right? Easy business. Put your frames together and get yourself together. I'm going to bring this down to the basement so you can actually see me do this, all right? Cover up my junk here. Get your hand away from there. Let me see if you can see that. Get your hand all the way away from there. I like to put 2 of them in there. Turn that around. Flip it up. Frame is done. Now you see why I like that thing. Frame is done and ready for honey, baby. Put your equipment together. You ain't got nothing to do and you're running out of time. All right? So let me see. Before I go. I'm addicted to the nail gun. Listen, it's fun. It's easy. You got a piece of equipment that you can use all around this house. I like the nail gun too. I even like my pneumatic air gun. But trust and believe, it's worth every cent. And things like this, if you're beekeeping, this is going to help you all the time putting this equipment together. We just made raised beds in 1 weekend. That's awesome. Oh, you must have did it with this nailer. Right, the Ryobi is on my list of tools to buy. The reason I like Ryobi is because it interchanges so easy and it's so affordable. It's super affordable. But this battery, this same battery, goes in my skill saw. It goes in my jigsaw. It goes in my nailer. It goes in every Ryobi tool I have, and I never have to go buy a new kind of battery, some weird kind of charger. All the chargers and all the batteries work on the same stuff. That's why I do Ryobi. It's not like they ain't promoting me, I'm not promoting them. It's just cheap, their quality, and they work. Oh, and my drill. I got 2 drills. Yes, definitely. Let me see. Oh my God, where's Lady Led? He's still online. That's because people need information, Nicole. They need information. This is serious. I'm still here because I need everybody, because I'm telling you, this ain't high school. And when I start that class, you're gonna see me rolling and rocking. I'm gonna just keep pushing. I ain't gonna have time to answer stuff that we've already discussed, on the little basic stuff like, hey, my hive ain't put together, what should I do? I won't be able to do that. I won't be able to do that anymore. That's why I'm doing this. So that's why I'm still here, because I've been on here over an hour, and people not too long ago just asked me, I got my equipment still in the box, what should I do? See? I'm late for class, please pardon me. I had a sleep issue. Sleep for what? You ain't missed nothing. If apocalypse happen, I'm learning from you, bro. Thank you so much. I'm trying. Pollen patty or sugar water. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of sugar water, but if you got to do what you got to do. And then pollen patties, I've used one, and it's not my biggest thing. And you got to understand, if you don't have the kind of flow in your area like I do, then you may have to supplement. I don't have a problem with that ever, of them bringing in pollen. Sometimes I have pollen and no honey. So, is the drill powerful enough to drive through 4x4s? I have a whole chicken coop built out here with 4x4s, and I use the Ryobi drill. I wish I had it in front of me, so I just had it too. I wish I had it in front of me so I could show it to you. I just had that sucker. Yes. 4x4s, anything you got. This ain't no toy. These are, Ryobi ain't no joke. Look online and you look at some of these construction companies, look what they got. Milwaukee is great and all that other stuff is great, but look how many people got Ryobi too. It is hanging with the big dog and is lasting just as long. So my drill, I'm gonna show you, doggone it, before I get out of here. I can't not do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this for the people. I hate half-ass doing stuff. There you go, right there. Here you go, right here. I'm sorry, y'all. I just hate half-ass doing stuff. And this is some good, important questions, because these are things you're going to need if you are a homesteader, a gardener, a beekeeper. It's certain things you need to understand. The reason why I'm even bothering with these tools is because nothing beats cordless tools in the garden. Because if you have yard, you got to go find a drop cord. You got to go find a power source. You got to go find a drill. Now you got to hope that the power is on the cord. Then on the cord, you got to see, is the connection in the garage or is the connection breaking right here? This all day. You don't got to keep kicking a cord, making sure you don't cut the cord, nothing. If you're a gardener, a homesteader, or a beekeeper, it don't got to be this brand. You need some decent tools with you, because this is stuff you're going to need all the time. Because chicken coop, you're going to always be improving your chicken coop. You're going to be changing your chicken coop. You want to build raised bed gardens, you always going to be messing with that stuff. This drill, I've been in this house for 7 years. I've had this drill for 8 years. 8 years. The battery just went bad on me. I kid you not, maybe a month ago. And I just bought a knockoff battery. All day. This one drill built literally everything I've built in the last 10 years and needed to cut holes, drill, everything. This has been the one. And at the same time, I'm gonna show you this. Same battery. This is her drill. That's why it's all cute and pretty, because she keeps this in her office. Same thing, same battery. Same battery. Same battery. But at the same time, same battery. Turn it up. This what makes this great. You need this, and I've had this for 8 years too, because it came in a combo pack. Same battery. Skill saw. This is the stuff I've been using. I never really showed me doing none of this stuff. And of course, the same battery in the nailing gun. Because the battery and the chargers are interchangeable, why would I go to another machine? Because those other machines, like, you need this kind of battery. You need that kind of battery. That battery takes this charger. This one needs a special upgraded charger. No, Ryobi takes the same battery, same old charger. That's why I go with that. And if you are a beekeeper, homesteader, gardener, these are things you need to save yourself money. You think it's costing you money, but it's an investment. And when you make that initial investment, look how much money it costs that you made your raised bed garden over purchasing one where you got to kind of put together and slide the boards together and stuff. You made that. You're going to get your money back in the first couple projects you do. And you don't got to rush and get no whole combo set. Just get one at a time. That's what I've been doing over years. Get one piece at a time. Okay. Let me see. United Acres got a package of bees from Carolina Bee Company picking up in March. New hive is ready. Do we need... That's a good question. Do we need anything else other than popsicle sticks for the frames or old comb? You won't need old comb if you got a new coming. You don't need no old comb. That's just for attracting bees or starting bees out. And the popsicle sticks, while you're waiting and you got so much time left, try to get some waxed foundation. Ask for a package of waxed foundation. If you have 10 frames on your hive or 20 frames on your hive, ask for 20 frames or 10 frames of wax foundation. And I'm going to show you a shortcut that I do with that, okay? We just ain't depending on just popsicle sticks. I'm showing you 2 super easy, cheap ways to do this. Thank you, Tim. And who did this? Thank you, Stardust. I'm just now looking up and seeing this. So we really appreciate everything you and Lady Les share with us. Thank you so much. I'm trying. And after that video that I did yesterday, what was that, yesterday, day before yesterday, and it just blew out of control, and it went out the back door. And I apologize for it because I didn't know it was going to get political. It was like political crazy. The vegan and the vegetarian thing, that went off the rails real fast. So I said, it's not even worth leaving that one up. I'm going to just take that one down. Let me see. Raw juice soapery. Any power tool you need, just find Ryobi brand. The batteries are interchangeable. That's the part I like about them. All of them are interchangeable. All of them. So thanks for answering that, Garden of Trinity. Thank you, Garden of Trinity. I missed something. Must watch that. It was a good video, though. It was a good video. It just got stupid. And I said, I'm taking it down because it got worse. The comments got worse. And I looked at it one day and people fighting in there about, was vegan and vegetarian. They was going back and forth. I said, no, I can't keep doing that. Do you charge them by solar? No. The batteries? No. Let me see. Understandable. No, yeah, I just wasn't. I thought we had a adult conversation, and it just flew off the rails. Let me see. Anu says I recharge all my battery powered tools with portable solar generators. That's awesome. Noah was a good video. See, I'm not even going there. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not doing it. And that's where the problem started. Raw Juice Opry. That's where the problem started because everybody was claiming they sets like Bloods and Crips, and it got bad. It got bad. You know, I'm a vegan. I'm a vegetarian. Well, that ain't what you're doing. That's why I said I'm not touching that no more. Now from on, that's like politics and stuff to me. I'll never talk. My health journey is mine. I thought I was going to share that with everybody and we all kind of worked together on that. But that's also to me turned into talking about like political things or religion. It got weird. I've never seen people fight about food before. I've never seen it. Uh yeah, I'm trying. I just wanted to share my journey, but that's why I didn't do it. Remember, I said I lost 100 pounds before, and then I found 47 of them. The reason why I didn't talk about my health journey before is because I felt this is too controversial with some of the stuff that I see, right? I see this banging on wax with the vegans and the vegetarian thing all the time, and then I introduced it in my life, and the first day I do it, boom! The first day I did it, I had a bunch of people I've never heard of before, people that never came in the live chats before, and nothing. They came in throwing upset. And I was like, ooh, no, no. So I can't wait for us to get started when we do. I am ready. No, don't be sorry. We good. We good. We just leave that alone. And again, remember, when you gardening, when you beekeeping, your health journey, all this stuff is yours. You're not here to impress me. You're not here to impress anybody in this chat. You're trying to do right by you and whoever you drop to your knees to at night. That's who you're trying to do. Okay? You trying to get yourself healthy. All of this that we're talking about is about health. Gardening, canning, beekeeping, health. We're doing this for ourselves so we can be around here for a little longer. Don't it? It seems like everything they keep inventing or keep selling us seem like it's out to get us. I'm not getting in there. I'm gonna get out of here. Wish I could see the replay. Sounds entertaining. That's all it was entertainment. But so is watching Freddy versus Jason. That, you see what I'm saying? It wasn't worth keeping up. I didn't want to leave something up where people are fighting like that about something so stupid. Let's put it like that. Okay? That was ridiculous. Gardening is all the beauty of life at your fingertips. Amen to that. All this is for self-preservation. Exactly. It's for self-preservation. Before you go, what did Lady Led put in your sweet potatoes you had? No, those were just sweet potatoes. And it was sweet potatoes, nutmeg, and I did that. She wasn't even woke when I did that. Sweet potatoes, nutmeg, and cinnamon. The sweet potatoes were so sweet that I didn't even bother sweetening them. Did you can persimmons? Yes, I did. I canned them all. It's not a comparison. What's not a comparison, Shirley Weems? I missed something. Let me see. If we take the class, we'll have a transcript afterwards. A transcript. I won't be ready until next spring. I'm just gathering information and equipment this year. I'll talk to Lady Led on that because I don't know. And if you ain't ready for it right now, it's like, wish I had caught that conversation. No, you don't. No, you don't. See, that's why I took it down. Because people want to just, no, you don't. That video went sour like milk. Bad. And I never take videos down unless I'm like, this is causing a problem. That's when I will take a video down. When I'm like, this is making people angry. This ain't helping anybody. That video at the end did not help people. It helped a few people, but for the most part, it was a place where people wanted to unleash their anger because they've been locked in all year or something. I don't know, but it got sour like milk real quick. Thank you so much, S. Knox. Says, thanks for sharing the knowledge. I'm doing my best, and I thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was sad. It's simple. It was bad. And oh, before I go, on that video, a couple of people may have got offended because I removed their comment. I want you guys to know that I did not remove some of those comments because they were offensive. I removed some of those comments because they were opinionated, which kept fueling negative people to keep coming back and forth, and y'all know they was coming at y'all. I was like, I removed both comments. The one that started it and the one that just wouldn't stop. It's like, it was ridiculous. So all of the comments that was removed were not malice. It got so bad, I just took the whole video down. That was, woo. Yeah, right, I tried, so. All right, so let me get out of here. I've been on here forever. I'm sorry, y'all, because I feel like sitting here talking to y'all, but I know y'all got stuff to do. All right, how do you do a super chat or donate? It's some instructions in your, go to your page, and there's some instructions on how to set that up. Raw juice soapery lead. Need to do a veganish video. No, I don't, raw juice soapery. No, I don't. I don't never want to do nothing that got nothing to do with food again like that. Never. I've never seen such hate, and I've never seen that before. That was awful. Stuff like that rubbed me the wrong way, leave a bad taste in my mouth, and I stay away from it. Politics, religion, and now talking about health journey, food, vegan, what's the other one? Plant-based diet. The other one I learned, pescatarian, barbarians, all of that. I never want to talk about that ever again. Never. Oh my goodness, that was a headache. I have never seen such a thing. Never. Them people were serious about their food and their vegetables. They were serious. Like, I think if we was there all in huh?
I get excited about my food.
Yeah, they get excited about my foods. Yeah, I think if we was there in person, I think people would have started pulling out switchblades and old shaving razors and everything. It got ugly. Chains and whips. It got like ugly. Game Nerd Mom, what's your question? Wait a minute. I'm trying to go back and look. But Game Nerd Mom, you know. Yeah, email me, Game Nerd Mom, because I can't find it. Just email me. I'm home. Yes, torch and pitchforks. It got stupid. Could you leave the video up without the chat comments? No, absolutely not. No. Listen to me, family. This is a quick life lesson. Some things are not worth discovering. Some things need to be left alone. Some things are not worth money. Leg gonna let me get snugged to death in my car. No, you ain't gonna. You gonna be all right. Email me, Game Nerd Mom. Some things ain't worth it. Listen, think about this. For me removing the video, I lose revenue. And clearly the way it was going, that video would have did pretty well. It's not worth it to me to watch people fight and I get paid for it. It wasn't worth it. Some things ain't worth the money. Some things ain't worth just watching all that hate. Think about this. All these beautiful people in the room watching a war about food. It was a super chat. Game Nerd Mom says. It must be way up here because I can't find it. Nope, that was S. Knox. Okay. Have to pick up my nuke. I only have a little car. Would it be okay driving them in the back seat or should I put them in the trunk? No, put them in the back seat. Just tape the box up real good. And when they give them to you, it's gonna be taped up anyway. You'll be fine. I got videos of me driving from Saving Some Bees in the back seat of my car. And at the time I had a little Jetta, Volkswagen Jetta. So yeah, don't worry about it. Do you need a lot of land to keep bees? No, you don't. You need just a little 4x4 area. They could be at your front door if you wanted it. I always wonder what you meant by trolls. I found out last night. It don't take them long. They like flies on poop. Yes, it's of course integrity over money all day. Listen, because all they do, I could have made the money and then turned around and had that headache of that video and people emailing me like, what's going on with this video? Leah, help us. What's going on? What's this? Who is this person? Why is they doing this? Why are they saying this stuff? It's not worth it. They can keep, YouTube can keep that video and keep that money. I don't want to have nothing to do with that one. Okay. No, you know something? Love notes and everybody. That's another one where I'm going to tell y'all a quick couple of notes about starting your channel challenge, doing the channel challenge, basically starting tomorrow. One of the things that you need to understand is you got to have tough skin to do this. And I found out personally, a lot of those people were not trolls. They were not trolls at all. They were just people with their own strong opinions. I went to a couple of channels and some of them was real people that was ready to die about their tofu. And I just didn't want to have nothing to do with that. So you got to understand that, okay? Some of them wasn't just trolling people. They were actual human beings that was very opinionated in a negative light. So I'm going to get out of here. We'll talk all day. Y'all know me. All right, everybody have a wonderful day. But these questions keep me going. The Garden of Trinity does its stage job for 2 days. Okay, let me get out of here. All right, everybody have a wonderful day. You know what, Rambo Greens? It don't matter about respect. Long as we doing our part, you can't control another human being, my friend. We don't even gotta care. This is a whole new generation. You know what, my mom? I'm gonna say this. I always keep saying I'm getting off, then I go back into it. But sometimes it's worth it. My mother, I talked to my mom the other day, and I was telling her about how many people love that gray house coat she got me. So I was giving her a little compliment. Y'all made my mama almost cry. So she had been reading the news and all this crazy stuff, people getting stabbed and all this stuff. And she was like, what's wrong with people, baby? What's wrong? She said, in all her 74 years, she have never, ever, even now, my mom was from a time where, you couldn't drink out of certain fountains. You couldn't go in certain bathrooms. So she knows some of the baddest stuff that was going on. But she said she has never seen this before. And I said, Mama, you got to remember one thing that everybody keep forgetting. Everybody is doing all kinds of drugs and experimenting with all kind of weird machinery and drugs and all this stuff, even, radiation, your cell phone, everything. We forget about the backlash of that. You might thinking smoking a chronic is okay now. That's not just the chronic. It's something else in there. Now, it might be good to you, but what is it going to do to your child? You understand? So a lot of these people right now, that's in their 30s and 40s and 20s, that's the backlash of a terrible crack and cocaine addiction era. These children, I remember back in the day where people was talking about, children, they weren't going to make it 30 days after, the baby was supposed to be born. That's where the scientist was wrong. Those babies lived. and end up being grown. So now those chemicals and those drugs are still in their system. And it don't let a whole bunch of people just walk around today think full and use their full mental capacity. So to think that, stabbing you with a knife makes you feel no different than playing Grand Theft Auto, you didn't have no peace in your brain to say, this is not a good idea. Like, I want to, but the consequences. That piece is turned off for some reason. No, we ain't gonna say that, Stephen Lewis, because them is real people. Yeah, damaged DNA. Damaged DNA. So we're coming off basically piping hot off of the whole crack in the 80s and 90s epidemic. I don't know why people look at years too long. Like, crack, to me, my kids was alive during the crack epidemic. You know what I'm saying? I was a teenager during the height of the crack epidemic. But then you also got to look at, like, segregation. My mother is telling stories about segregation, like how we talk about crack. Like, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was crazy. That was some crazy time. She talking about like how she couldn't go pee. She had to pee on herself because she couldn't go in that bathroom. That stuff wasn't that long ago. So everybody to keep thinking that all that horrible stuff that used to happen to people was like thousands of years ago, like you gonna dig it up in a tomb or something? No. Segregation and all that stuff we were all alive for that. Most of us watching me right now were alive for that. So what's wrong with everybody now? Man, drugs, man. It might not do you bad, or what's in the cigarettes, it might not do you bad, but it's gonna have some consequences and repercussions on that next generation that you're gonna pump out. So, you look at the studies on that, and you will see I ain't making this up, pulling out my crumble. Let me see. Power in Death. I don't know what that one is. I'm going to move that one, Sharon Compton. I wasn't sure what that was. Because somebody might read that like I did the wrong way, and that'll make them want to do something else to themselves. My big uncle said, treat everyone like you would an egg yolk. Don't what you can bust that mind. There you go. The hippie era pumped out the 80 babies. Right. It can go on. Because you can't even see, that's the other thing too. You can't even say the hippie era pumped out the 80 babies. You know why? Because before the hippies was doing their thing in the more classy days, where the what's his name? Margaret and Harriet days, whatever it was, Harold and Maude days. Listen, they had their little snuff, remember? That was normal. So where did it start? We can't say people in the 60s, can't say in the 70s, because it's just the class of it got worse. Before, it was like you opened your little can, and then you did a little something, you closed your little nice can with your logo or your initials on it, and put it in your shirt pocket. That was cool. You could be at work. Would you like some, Jim? Nah, not this time. So it didn't start in the 60s, it didn't start in the 70s, it didn't start in the 80s. It's just the class of it went out the window. It's all through South Central, Compton, and Watts. It was everywhere. It wasn't just through South Central and Watts. It was everywhere. Everywhere.
How did y'all get here from?
I don't know. All right, let me get out of here. Thank you, honey. All right, y'all have a wonderful night, because I was about to dip off into the realm of madness. Everybody have a wonderful night. Live from 73. I love you, and I got to do it fast so I can go. Oh, my God. More synthetic chemicals. Oh, I can't take it. I'm back. I can't do it. Okay, I'm going to go. Okay. Channel info, please. Bye, y'all. I'm going to go. Lady Led said, no. Okay. I don't know what that is. Oh, I can't push the button, honey. I can't turn them off. I don't want to leave them.
I got sauce on my finger. I can't help
You got sauce on your finger?
I can't help it.
I can help you. Okay, I really gotta go now. She got sauce on her fingers. See y'all later, Liv. I'm 73. I love you and I'm out.